Well, if you need to drive tonight or tomorrow morning, you're urged to use caution on the roads as freezing rain continues to come down. We remain on weather alert as our storm tracker is monitoring those road conditions across the area tonight. The rain is here. Let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Gerard Jabali.
I'm seeing an interesting reflection off the hood of his car. It almost looks like it could be a little bit of ice on there, but hard to tell. I can tell you, though, we've already had some ice right here at the station. We could hear it coming down. Both Kai and I have confirmed that. It was a little bit of light sleet coming in. Here it is on the radar picture again, a mixture of rain, but also changing over to some freezing rain, maybe mixed with some sleet. This is the beginnings of what will be a lot more to come. And this is where you'll find the biggest troubles on bridges, okay? We're watching these carefully to see if the traffic is slowing down, if there's any other issues. I know that they've been going around treating these, but bridges and overpasses will freeze over first. Right now, as we look at our temperatures across the region, in the last hour, they've been in mostly the mid-30s, still some in the low 30s, not quite below freezing, but some places are already getting there. So if you were, say, leaving Baltimore going up to Cockeysville, it's already below freezing in some of these locations just outside of Baltimore. We're watching as the temperatures are falling, and this is turning it into ice on the ground. So again, dropping temperatures tonight means more of the precipitation that we get will be as ice, whether it's sleet or freezing rain. It's still going to accumulate on the roads, causing problems. So this is what it'll look like around 4 in the morning. And we're going to continue this precipitation all night long through the early morning hours. We will luckily get a little bit of warm air to start working its way in from the south here tomorrow. And that's going to bring our temperatures up a few degrees, but not until after daybreak. And then we'll start to see the precipitation thinning out, and at least not being so much freezing rain, just turning into all rain. So that warm air is going to be pushing in throughout the later part of the day. But again, in the beginning of the morning, it's still going to be pretty icy out there. But by the afternoon, we've warmed up a lot, 40s across the area, even close to 50 degrees. That'll really melt away anything that is left on the roads, hopefully on the bridges, on your cars. So it won't be as much of an issue. But between now all the way through Thursday morning, we're expecting at least a trace of ice. It could be in the form of sleet or freezing rain across the bay. A glaze to 1/4 of an inch of ice, mainly in trees, but you could still see it on bridges and overpasses and any elevated surface. But again, this could be a mixture of freezing rain or sleet. And then 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch further north and west up towards Carroll County and near Westminster. All those areas are likely going to get the heaviest of that. Now, how much is that really going to matter? Well, if you only get a glaze to 1/10 of an inch, it's just a light nuisance, but you could have some slick roads and sidewalks. But it's more disruptive as you get closer to 1/4 of an inch. And when we start to see those trees and power lines starting to sag a little bit, you can have some power outages. But once you get over 1/2 an inch, that's where it's crippling. You can have damage to trees and power lines, widespread power outages at that point. We're mostly going to be in this area, so it could be disruptive, but the biggest disruptions are going to be on the road. So we want everyone to be careful. Again, this is that time where we're seeing a sleet and freezing rain mixture. It'll likely turn into all freezing rain overnight and then maybe mix with just some regular rain tomorrow morning. Again, that'll eventually turn to all rain just as it starts to end. But that icy roads, it'll happen between now all the way through 10 a.m. tomorrow in many locations. This isn't the only storm. We've got several. The next one shows up on Saturday. We've got another one coming as we move into early next week. We could have a repeat, almost exactly what we're seeing tonight on Saturday night. We've got to watch that storm, but we are at least weather alert for the time being for tomorrow morning. And then by Friday, we get one dry day before the next winter mixture comes in, and that could be in the form of some light snow, some sleet, freezing rain, all the above. And then getting into next week, still watching as several more disturbances roll in. We could be seeing snow out of those as they approach, but we'll have to wait and see how that is shaping up as we get closer.